Hey, today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the G3S wireless game controller for Windows, Android, and PS3. Alright, so this is the box it comes in. Inside, you can find the controller, which is here, and you can also turn it on, and that's what it looks like turned on. And then here's the back, the triggers, and there we go. I'll look more into that later. Put that to the side. Also in the box you will find instruction manual and warranty card. The warranty card says 1 year of maintenance and 1 month of replacement. So if it goes wrong in 1 month, you can replace it. Here is a little USB cord, or not USB, but a micro. I think it's a micro USB to USB, so you can plug this into your phone if you want a direct connection. If this is Bluetooth and wireless, so if it runs out of battery, you can use your phone battery using this. Here is a USB cable, it's pretty standard, and here is a little clip that you would clip onto your phone. I'll show you that in a little bit. And here is a little USB dongle that you would use to connect wirelessly to your PC. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I'm going to be attempting to play a game called Tekken 6, which is a popular fighting game, using the Gamesir GS3 controller wirelessly. There is no wires attached to the controller or the phone, and I'm using a Galaxy S6 phone. If anyone wanted to know where this game came from, this is a PSP game, and normally I would be using a just the touchscreen controls, but everyone knows that touchscreen controls are terrible for a game like this, so I'm just going to pick a random character. I'm going to just be this guy. I'm sorry if the footage isn't coming through as clearly as it should be, but I'm just going to try my best to show you guys that the buttons are very precise, and the D-pad works it works fine. Trying to hold this in a way that you guys can see. So everything works very fluid. It's actually a lot more fun, at least to me, holding this controller instead of using the touchpad. So I'm going to just do one more little fight. You can also use the analog stick, and I just wanted to mention that I did not configure anything before this. It just came already working right out of the box, so I didn't have to configure any of the buttons or anything. It worked perfectly fine, just like a normal PSP or PS3 controller would be. So I can use the analog stick too to go back and forth and jump up. Everything is working just fine. So in conclusion, all the buttons felt very precise. I didn't feel any lag in the input, and the analog sticks and the D-pad, especially the D-pad, feels phenomenal. It feels even better than the Xbox One controller right here. I don't like these clicky noises, and you have to put down a lot of force to use this. This one doesn't take a lot of force. It's very smooth, and it works very nice, especially for fighting games. So I'm going to conclude my phone part of this review. I think the controller with the phone is fantastic. I've never used a controller with my phone before, and I think I'm definitely going to start using this controller with my phone for games such as this. I think it works probably the best with emulators, because emulators don't work well with touchscreens. So yeah, if you're looking to play a game like this with your phone with a controller, this controller is phenomenal. I'm also going to show you real quickly before I end this part of the review that it's very easy to detach your phone from the clip. All you have to do is pull up a little bit, and then the phone comes out. And then you have this on your controller. To remove this from your controller, all you do is press this little button on the bottom, and this pops off, and this comes up, and there we go. And then here's the clip, and you can always just fold it up, and then it's just a very small little clip. So now I'm going to move on to the Windows part of this review. Alright, so now I'm going to be testing the Gamesir controller with some Windows PC games. I'm using Windows 10. From all the games I've checked so far, this controller seems to work completely fine with all of them. This is Fallout 4. The analog sticks feel completely natural, very precise, just like a Xbox One controller. That's what I usually use, but it's positioned more downward like a PlayStation controller. But they're very comfortable. The controller is very comfortable in my hands, and I can see myself using this controller as my primary controller over the Xbox One, just because it feels so precise and so fluid and so naturally sitting in my hands. Also, it's very lightweight. Like, it's very surprising how lightweight this controller is. But yeah, I can aim and move around. I can use this for multiplayer shooters like Call of Duty. Everything works completely natural. What else can I say? The triggers are very nice. They are very precise. If you see both footage, you can see how quickly that works. You don't hear that sound that I was making earlier. I was flicking it, but you won't hear that sound. It's very quiet. Everything on the controller is really quiet. There's no real button presses that you can hear. So yeah, the only other feature on this controller is the turbo button, which is very unique compared to most controllers. It's basically a rapid fire button, so I can basically assign like a button to the rapid fire button, and it'll press it multiple times as it's being held down. So like this single shot sniper that I have in my hands on Fallout 4, if I hold down the trigger, it only shoots once, but if it's on rapid fire mode, it'll shoot lots of times. But the problem that I've ran across is that I can't bind the trigger to the turbo button. It just doesn't seem to work. So what I've had to do is go into settings, go into controls, and I have to rebind the trigger to another button, like the right bumper. So let's go ahead and do that now. Hold on. Oh, I have to click it first. There we go. And now the attack button is now on the right bumper. So now I'm shooting with the right bumper, and now all I have to do is hold that button and press the turbo button. And now if I hold down the right bumper, it'll do this, which is pretty much a rapid fire mode with a single shot rifle, which is really cool. It'd be really cool in games like Call of Duty or some other type of shooter to do that, so you don't have to constantly press it over and over with your finger. It might tire you out, or maybe this will be faster than what you can do normally. Alright, so this is going to be GTA 5. I just wanted to get a little bit more footage in just to show you that it works absolutely fine with most games. Any game that has controller support will probably work with this controller. And I'm just showing you a little bit of driving, I suppose, since I didn't show you that in the last game. That driving is fine. I can go, I can turn very slowly or very harshly. The dead zone in the analog sticks is very good. It's pretty much the same as the Xbox controller. Alright, so just to recap, this is the Gamesir controller. Comes with a 600 milliamp lithium battery that supposedly lasts for around 18 hours of normal gameplay length. The triggers are very nice. Everything about this controller is actually really nice. It's very lightweight. You might think like lightweight is cheap, but from the feel of the controller, of the analog sticks, of the buttons, of the triggers, everything seems to work like any other controller. I mean, it's definitely worth the price in my opinion. I haven't had any issues with it, especially considering this has multiple functions. You can work with a phone, or with Windows, or with a PS3, although I don't have a PS3 currently, so I can't test it with that. I'm just going to guess, like a wild guess, that it works fine. Yeah, I really like this controller. I would definitely recommend it. If you're looking for a controller for Windows or a controller to use with phone games, this controller is very nice. I love that it's wireless, no wires at all. You can use it wired if you want to, but you don't have to. The D-pad is really good for fighting games. I did some more testing with various fighting games on PC, and it works fine. It's very smooth, and it's 8-way, it's not 4-way, just letting you know. And yeah, so this is the Gamesir G3S controller. Be sure to check it out on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll also put a link to their main homepage if you're wondering who is making this controller. And yeah, so have a great day, and be sure to check this out.